At communion time, I felt the deepest urge to go and receive communion. And I knew I wasn't in a state of grace, so I didn't, but it was probably the strongest desire for anything I've ever had in my life. I looked up when confession was because I knew I had to go to confession. The next week it was July 4th, and nobody was in line, nobody was around. All the families were off on vacation, thank heavens. And I went in and I knelt down and said those really such beautiful words. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been 35 years since my last confession. And I said, I don't really know how to go about this because there's been so much. Can you help me, Father? And this sweet, gentle priest, Father Bob, who has passed away since, but he just took me through the 10 Commandments and asked me questions. And I was just flooded with grace and an overwhelming sense of gratitude. And it took about 45 minutes. But, yeah, I'll never forget it.
So I went to confession one day. After having gone to church for a while, I thought, well, I'm going to go to confession. And when I went into that confessional booth, it was so frightening and so foreign to me and so against everything that I had believed for so many decades. But as I kneeled down in the darkness, and I remember the words from, actually I went on the internet to make sure I was going to say the right words, but basically it's about, forgive me, I have sinned. These are my sins. And because I couldn't begin to name the numerous sins of my life over so many decades. And I'm not talking about a guilt because of my sexuality, because of my homosexuality. I'm just talking about what my lifestyle led me to be, my self-centered way, all about me, taking care of me, having a wonderful life at everybody's expense. I couldn't possibly begin to remember them all. So I went out the chicken easy way and I said, Father, I have broken all the 10 Commandments. And I didn't even remember what they were. And the priest said, including murder. And I laughed. And I said, oops, I forgot that was a commandment. No, Father, all of them except murder. And he was so kind and so polite and said nothing negative to me at all, but encouraged me and said that only God could have brought me back.